tell you what I didn't realise, Phil. I didn't realise that once you went up, I mean, I did, but I'd never taken that much attention to it. Phil. Once you leave that end of the platform on the upside at Watford to go into London, by Christ, that's a big curve.
Yeah.
It's a massive curve to Bushy.
Yeah.
I mean, like enormous. I didn't realise that it was that big a curve. I mean, it's almost like 45 degrees.
Yeah, it's huge. I don't know why exactly, unless it's to go.
Well, somebody must have forced them round.
Go round through Watford's town centre at the time.
Well, no, because it must have been south of the town centre, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's like Coventry.
Yeah.
It's coffee.
Good, come on then.
If you want any coffees, boys, I can get into making them now. I've just seen. I watched the video this morning. It's fucking brilliant. I thought that's easy.
I'll get somebody to measure you up.
Yeah.
Hang on.
This was a. Well, it was. You know, Fistful of Dollars, where he starts off and he says, "Met 3 coffins," and they're all stuck there. Well, this is called Engel's Coach House on YouTube, and he's absolutely brilliant. An old bloke he is, and he makes, the wagon wheels.
Yeah.
He does all them and the bodies and all the rest of it. And he said somebody had asked him, "Can you make him a coffin like the ones that were in Fistful of Dollars, stood up?" So he goes through it and how he made it. I said to Margaret, "I'll make a couple of them. We'll stack them up in the carriage."
Black bags are cheaper.
Save a few, Bob.
Black bags are much cheaper.
I said to Margaret, I bet there'll be a specific size it's got to be and all the rest of it. So it'd be a close shot, won't it?
Something's changed here. Who's cleaned up? Guilty as charged.
Guilty as charged, Your Honour.
Well, hang on, we'll soon fix that.
What brought that on?
Well, because there was that much on the floor, but we're about to do exactly the same again with Phil. So
You know when you make a mess and can't tell, it's time to clean up.
well, there was rather, because of these flats, there was lots of bits on the floor. Those are just not. Don't forget you've got those there.
Yeah.
And I'll go and get you a new, because this is out.
Special delivery for Chris from System 2 root processor. What's about to happen?
I'm going to move this back to. I think he wants it moving back about a yard. Backs it way out.
Okay.
Well, that'll be fun because all the packings will fall off. That'll be interesting. That I could end up breaking its back here, boys.
Is it going to your left or right?
Come on here.
Okay.
He wants to do the front, he said.
Right.
Get the facial.
Oh, well, we'll be able to see it then up close.
Yeah, I've got the 3 boxes in Robin's car for the flats and that. Move it over.
Probably the safest way, isn't it?
You know, if you lift it, all the packaging, you're going to have to level it again. You know what I mean? We're going to have to try and move it like this. It's quite difficult.
Might be able to do it in stages and just keep sliding it.
2, 3.
Something just fell off.
Right, I'm snagging on something here. You've got to lift it.
Yes. Yeah. Hang on a minute, we're moving the table.
Need to lift
Stand on,
the front there.
Hang on. You need to push.
Don't you, Dave?
I'm not lifting, I'm just pushing.
We moved the table and not the layout, haven't we?
Yeah. But you're okay.
Yeah, I have.
Hang on.
Stay away. 1, 2, 3.
How's that? That should be enough, surely.
That should do it now.
I'd have thought so.
That'll do me.
What we've got to do is move this table back this way.
Ow.
This bit here.
Fucking wire in the eye then. Wire.
You alright?
Life as we know it.
You're supposed to do that helmet.
What's this? It's not too. The black floor should be level anyway, on that one. No, it is level, I know it is. It's this house that could be anywhere. How do you do that?
Oh, you do that. Right.
So what have you been up to in the last week, Pete?
The flats are dominating our life, Dave. I mean,
Right.
that's it's such a massive job. And you know, we're talking about we've got 3 weeks. You know, we're
Scary how time's gone.
and we've got 3 blocks of flats to build. So this has slightly gone on hold because I'm in the position now with this that until we got the extra 6 inches on the front for the rest of the layout down there, I've done the 3rd and 4th rail as far as I can do without putting the extra piece in.
Right.
And again, I can't really, I'm limited to what I can do on here till we finished really the NEC layout.
Right. It's amazing how much time goes into a few square feet with the flats, but they're detailed.
Yeah, man.
Where do you want these boxes?
Just I'm coming down in a sec. Give me a sec. The thing is, we've got so far down this route of detail now.
You can't stop, can you?
Well, we've made a run for our own back because, you know, what Phil's doing is way beyond what anybody else has tried to do, and we've not, you know, they're so accurate. I mean, they're accurate. So, when I built this, Dave and I were sort of using basic laser cut techniques and then covering it with plasticard and still modelling, and so you could do something quite quickly. To the detail that Phil's going to now with these kits, there's layer upon layer upon layer, so there's 4 layers, you know, because he's got all the windows recessed and all the balconies. Well, you know, you're not going to build one of those in a couple of hours, which is what we're normally used to. So, you know, we're talking about if you were to sit down with that kit, it would take you 7 working days, full working days, to build it.
Slightly faster than the real thing.
Slightly faster than the real thing. We've got some coffins just delivered.
Shouldn't say that,
You're
Pete.
not supposed to say that. I can't repeat.
Oh, sorry.
You're getting to,
Oh, blimey.
you're getting to serious trouble,
Oh my
Pete.
gosh.
You'll be...
Oh, my gosh.
They're not heavy, they're just big.
This one is the car park. Okay. Which is for the big tall flats, are them two?
No, that's one of them two. They're both the same height. Right. Just a
Okay, hang on a minute.
They aren't labelling up, so we can't take them apart yet.
No, okay, well, let me just find you a space to put that on.
How many car capacity is that box, Dave?
Fucking mad.
Hey, we just moved these.
Mad. Right.
So tell us about these.
Right. These are only just an alteration from Making Tracks 1
Right.
up to that bit there.
Yeah.
There down the viaduct up.
Okay.
Because it was quite deep.
Yes.
Now we've got the other viaduct at Bushy.
Yeah.
It needs to be 7 inches higher to hold it up while we put it up. So we're going to just fasten that to the 2 legs to fasten them to the layout, and we can get it to right out while it's difficult to hold an 8-foot board up without damaging the tracks at either end, so that'll hold them up.
Brilliant. Thank you, Robin. You did that without speaking.
Hey? and then we got these. Right.
And these hold the flats.
Well, apparently we should be in property market really. Oops. I don't know what that was. Jesus Christ.
There we lights.
Go on. Ugh. I'll make all the noises for you.
That's for the big flats.
Yeah. We've got to label them up.
Yeah. But these flats are the new flats.
Yeah, they're all new flats.
No. That's not that. That's them.
Oh, is that them?
Yeah, that's them. That's for your new flats we're building now.
And the car park?
That's the car park. Yeah, so we've got to be careful.
You've got 3.
Hey?
You only said 3.
Yeah, no, we can get the other 3 go in that box. That's why.
There's only 2 in that box. There's only 2 on the thing, you give me a sheet of paper.
Right, there's 3 in this box.
There's only 2 in that one.
No, there's 3.
I don't think there is.
Yeah, there is. We definitely get.
Right. The measurements are right.
Then 1's 3 and 1's 2.
Not 3 in one box, I'll say that now. Here it is. Flats 2 and 3, right?
Yeah.
1, 2.
Yeah.
Car park 1.
Yeah.
2.
3.
2.
3.
Where's the 3 measurements?
There.
No, that's the box size.
They're 2. There's 2 of the same size.
Don't say that.
No, but there is.
Oh, am I supposed to know that?
No, I don't know, Dave. We'll have a look. I don't know. No, Dave, we'll get me these boxes. I'm telling you now.
I'm not making any more boxes, Pete.
Dave, don't worry. It's not a problem.
Dave, have a Malteser.
It will be if you can't get them in.
It won't be a problem.
Things from a mind reader.
No, Dave, I don't know either. So, as what I'm saying is,
Well,
until we
I have no chance. have I?
but we'll be putting them in the boxes in a minute, so we'll know, won't we? Once Phil's done with his labels,
Yeah.
we'll get that one away. If that's the main block of flats, right?
Wait. Got it on the bottom of the box. What it is.
This one you just brought in.
That's flats. That's flats 2 and 3. Oh no, that's the base. Tall flats. It says.
Yeah, that's them.
Yeah.
Right, so
Well, these are tall because they're all the same height. These two. They're all the same height, just a different size. They're wider.
yeah,
No, they're not. A bit longer.
Yeah,
That's shorter.
yeah. Let's get rid of that one, and I'll worry about that one in a minute. This is not a problem because it can only be for one block of flat, 2 block of flats. There ain't any more.
Have you seen? You're going to need 2 hands just to take these.
I've been on about that, Dave, for over 6 months. So it's not going to be the layout that's the problem in the future. It's going to be all of these buildings. We're going to need a trailer just for buildings. Because look now.
Quick, get an estate agent. Give us a price.
Well, we've got a few flats for offer, haven't we?
Yeah.
We're a bigger flat agents than anybody, I think.
I should have bought shares in a timber firm.
Yeah. Have you bought your stencils?
No, I haven't got any. I threw them away.
Is that
You
what?
said you didn't make any more when they're made down. Got rid of them.
Oh, look, he'll make you some more. Because I quite like them, the way you did them. They look good, don't they?
Yeah.
Is that spare, that piece there?
Yeah.
Okay, because I can use that as a template. I can use upstairs. Give me colours.
That's it.
I'm always looking for colours.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
There's the new M boards. Can't put them on yet because
No. Can you start with the fronts now?
which one?
Them fronts, them 6 inches.
You're not going. You don't need any shed till August.
No, but can you start them? Because I need to do. No, they got to go in July, mate.
Well, all right.
I've got to model them first.
Yeah, but
So can you give them me? Because I can start that. That I can do. I can. For you, it's for me and you, that's an easy job.
right, I'll do that.
It's just getting me ahead of everybody else. That will.
Do that in my sleep, Pete.
Yeah, well, you are, you know, Dave. No, because because how many is a 5? See, that gives
5.5. You're talking
Yeah.
44 feet. You want?
Yeah, well, but that gives me the 3rd rail. I can get on with the 3rd rail. I can get the 3rd rail in,
Right.
and that's the biggest job on the Chester Cathedral layout, other than the station. And Phil
Right.
can't even look at the station until we finish this.
So the only thing that's left to do now is the fascias on that up there and that
Yeah.
extension.
Yeah, that's
Nothing
it.
else.
No,
Right.
and then of course there's the boxes for the station.
What station?
The station we ain't built yet.
Well, you're not building any more. Listen, Pete, I've got to make some garage doors this year. You've had it. You're going to have to. Why? What do you want the station for?
The cathedral,
Which station?
Bushy.
You've already got a box for that.
No, we haven't. We've never built it.
If we had a plan, it's a good job you're not in charge of defence of this country. Christ.
Dave, I know about you. There's one guy I can rely on that will get it done.
Oh, but I don't want give us a bit of a starter, Pete.
Yeah, but
you
Dave-
keep throwing me the curveball.
Yeah, but you like curveballs, Dave. You work best with
I
curveballs.
know.
You know I can't measure anything.
I know, especially trees, Pete. 340 feet. He must be.
Pete, exit stage.
I'll do what young Pete said. He said, knock it out off whatever my dad tells you.
Right, come on, bring your bricks. Bring your windows, sorry.
Now, they're in a separate sheet. So the small sheet is the lower floors.
Yeah, but they're the same colour.
I don't know what I'm going to say, are they?
No, we need a picture.
I don't know. I don't know whether the bottom's different or not.
Hang on a minute. Oh, I don't think they are. I think they're the same.
I hope so.
Yeah. Things that you do.
John,
Hello.
I've never seen you this far down before.
I know.
What's going on?
So, let's take this off first. So this is going to be, as Phil's just said, the upper and the lower windows for the most recent block of flats.
Right.
So it's this. I haven't got a name on it. Pete's had these made up anyway to match the colour.
Right.
It's like an orangey brown, but it's really strong, hence the mask.
Right.
So we just give it one coat there, just giving it a chance to go off a little bit, and then I'll be spraying it again in a few minutes, just to try and get a uniform coat on it all, and then I suppose then once it's dry I'll be spending the afternoon popping them out, ready to fit.
You're only doing the last of them, Dave.
Ah, you've been doing this all week, have you?
No.
You could have lied and said yes.
Last Sunday, didn't we? We found another 6, didn't we?
Okay.
Where holes shouldn't be. They're fixing holes where holes shouldn't be.
No, we're creating holes.
Well, you're creating holes, yes, that's right.
That one, John.
Right. You guys get on with that one. Get out your way. I'll just give that second one a third coat.
If you want.
No, you carry on that because that's
up to you, Pete.
That's really important.
Alright.
Watch it bending, Joe. It's very, very delicate.
Right, okay. It's really important.
It's extremely.
Yes, I can see. Where do you get this material from?
This stuff comes from a place in Halifax.
I'll fill all the way up.
Hang on, John.
Waiting
Too
for you.
eager.
Waiting for you, that's what it is.
Everybody always waits for me because I'm slow.
You said it. Is that,
Phil,
Dead.
the word meticulous.
No, it's just slow.
well, that's a word, is it?
Slow and awkward.
Even my grandchildren call me Captain Slow.
If it's a hole, it needs to come out.
Right, okay.
I didn't have time to do the settings properly on these. Here's my excuse.
Job done.
Poking holes.
And then,
Yes.
if you don't just twist them,
Not creating voids.
Ah, okay.
and then snap that bit off.
That's scrap, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's poor fella. Sorry, wrong way around.
That's the bit. Okay. Right,
It isn't, I can tell you that.
Good fun, eh, Joe?
This problem with this one is because it's so,
that's what you got to do.
so thin, obviously wants to flex.
prepared to help.
So the closer you get to the end, the harder it becomes. So I'm trying to do it across 2 tables just to give myself a bit of support. That's the theory anyway. As you can see, you don't all want to come out, so you've got to flip them over.
Right, I'm in with Picasso mode.
It's not quite lunchtime yet, is it?
No, I was just bringing it in out of the car.
You get my hopes up then.
Yeah, I was wishful thinking, yeah. You recovered, Dave?
Yep. No, I can't do this job, so that's me out.
You're filming the watching painting dry downstairs.
We're watching the paint dry, yes. We've got that.
Change it.
You ruined it. That one just fell apart just
Yeah.
Oh,
Take out
Joe.
When you come and see it, it's much easier to do it.
What are these things?
Thin as buggery. See them holes in that there? So you might, because it's obviously thin to start with, you might have to support it a bit.
Right.
See them for you there?
Yeah.
He takes his glasses off to see. Nothing doesn't say.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bloody bike.
Dave, tell us a joke.
Oh no, I get no.
I tell you what, I get cancelled.
I'm telling any jokes, I get into trouble.
So what's got to come out? Those little things in there?
Yeah, them little cubes.
What's brown and sticky?
There'll be somebody. If you tell a joke now, you get everybody on YouTube.
Sounds like a bell.
Yes.
Someone will be writing and complaining, others will say, tell us some more. So you can't please everybody, so it's pointless. Yeah. Very good.
3.
What have we got? We have something. Cheddar for.
Oh, I ordered some of that.
From the perspective of filming, you're boring me to death, guys.
It's horrible, isn't it? It's a horrible job, isn't
From
it?
the perspective of doing it, I'm boring myself to
You would
death.
not think we're in one railway group, would you?
Since when are we, Dave?
You want to be careful, you know, because Angela Rayner will be getting you building houses for her.
She's got nobody else to build.
Not with these.
You're going to get 60,000 tradesmen just like that. That'll be a laugh.
Which country are they coming from?
Yeah,
See, there's 5, is that here?
yeah, that'll a laugh. Nothing about training, proper training. Teach them how to do one job and that'll be it. Be a one-trick ponies.
Between the knitting circle here and the paint drying here, it's all go.
You being rude?
They are, I'm not. I'm a passenger.
Yeah.
Don't forget, I'm not really here.
This is a more difficult job than that. But this is
Harder than it looks.
yeah, it is. Because nobody, if you do it right, nobody notices it.
Right.
You go through a lot of work
To hide your work.
to hide your work. Yeah.
This is all undercoat, is it? It's what's under the final colour.
This is the blue sky.
Right.
Okay. So I put on the. Sometimes I go the other way around, but I'm going to go the other way around today for the first time. Despite what people think, the blue sky is not blue. So it's only blue when there's nothing in its way.
Right.
And of course, so as you come down, the blue becomes lighter and lighter and greyer and greyer, so that when you get down to what this here, which will be, obviously that'll be green, it becomes a sort of grey colour where the heat haze off the earth. But I'll get the deep blue one, because then you can see, look, if you pull it, you can see, because I put a white on first, see it?
Yeah.
The white comes through and you get a texture that will become important to you later on. And I'll show you why in a minute. Now, of course, the problem you've got here is I haven't got the other 5 boards. So I'm doing, what's this?
Nearly half.
16, 24 feet of sky. I've then got to tie this guy into the other sky, but I can't do that until we literally get them together. So I can only this bit is sort of just so I can cut it in at the last minute. So as you can see, you can see the white showing through. Right, so what you do, go back to the start now. And I thin it. And as you pull it, you'll see you get a cloud formation. Because what you've got is thinner blue. So you've got water in. You're pulling it, see it?
Right.
So you pull. And it pulls it. So it pulls it into like cloud formations.
A bit greyer and a bit...
Yeah, a bit lighter. So rather than try and cover it all in one blue before you break it up, I'll put the thin blue by pulling the top blue down. So I will add blue, you know, to get it across the joints, but I'm trying to pull some of the blue that I put on at the top thick in, so it becomes like that. Look, there's a perfect cloud formation there. Look,
right.
Just see that where there's some dark grey that was on there that when Dave's painted it.
You're right, yeah.
You've got that straight away. So I haven't changed the blue at all. Kev?
Oh, Kevin.
So you can now see it separating, can't you?
Yes.
So there you've got that. So instead of all the blue I put on the top, you've suddenly got...
You've got a layer of clouds.
Well, it's starting to separate.
Yeah.
So there, you see the water will separate it. So then you can go back and put more blue on if you want. But what you've done is you've thinned it down. So what I tend to do with this is thin it down quickly and then go back over with another coat in about 10 minutes when it's drying a lot. It just gives you a definition. You've not got one colour. So you're spreading that blue. You've still got the high blue up here.
Right.
Which I'll thicken up again soon. But you've got that. It's not as blue as it was when I put it on, if you get what I mean.
Yep. So we've gone from MT4 in the knitting circle to MT5 here.
Yes, yes. But that's what you've got to do. Like, you know, this one's, unfortunately, don't get me wrong, we've got till August for this one.
Yeah.
But this has to take a back seat in a minute because I can't do anything with the third rail until Dave makes me my 6-inch extensions.
And you're still negotiating that with him.
Well, as you saw earlier, yeah. You know.
He loves it.
He loves it. The one guy I know won't let me down is Dave. I know that for a fact. I've worked with him long enough to know. There you go.
Very good.
Gives me a first colour on. I'll have a cup of tea now, let that dry. Because obviously what I don't want to do now, I don't want to pull that anymore. I want to get that deeper blue at the top back on, but it's a bit even at the moment, but that's fine because I'm going to put clouds on it. If you step over here, look, you can see.
Yeah.
So you've got your blue, then you've got your shades coming down, but then you pick out your whites. But you'll see at the very bottom here, you can see it's white, it's translucent.
Yes.
Gives you the impression of distance and heat coming off the ground.
It helps with the perspective.
It's all down to Bob Ross. Right. Watch Bob Ross, you can't go wrong. It's done, Dave, I can do it in 5 minutes. It's made a lot. I've got downstairs, I've already done all the windows downstairs, they're all in the booth. I'll do the blacks.
Cut them out, all these little holes. Phil?
Yeah, but I ran out of time when I cut them all out last week. It was either spend another 2 hours in the morning sorting the drawing out, or just cut them and then everybody.
Are they still too hard?
Set the inner holes in a colour, so it didn't.
Yeah, so because we're going to push them out, you wouldn't sell a kit like this.
No.
This is just.
So the windows have been done properly because I'd looked all the time this week.
Could they not be pushed out with an air hose?
No.
No, because it takes everything out.
Okay.
It's because it hasn't cut all the way through, it's left a little tab on each one.
Alright.
So when it did the big structures, they didn't flop about everywhere.
But that's your last wall, those two.
This is the last wall.
Yeah, these are your last 3 walls anyway, so I know the big job.
Yeah. That's the footprint at the bottom of it. That's the footprint.
That's the what side.
Yeah.
There's the footprint.
The footprint's over there.
Oh, that's it.
Oh, there was a seat here, Kevin.
Oh no, it's alright.
Yeah, but that's why they look great, Dave.
Do you get past?
Yeah.
Although we don't feel like it. It feels like 3 on 1 off. Let you carry on. Oh, nice, you're all hot.
So, I've brought it out.
Oh, is it there? Is it? Oh, that's right.
We were going to have one last night, but we were all so knackered we couldn't be bothered, so we ended up with takeaway.
Right, so you do it.
I'm going out. Fox and Barrel down here, 49.
Tonight?
Tonight?
Yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah.
In fact, 2 people have recommended that in the last 24 hours to me.
Where are you going?
Fox and Barrel.
Fox and Barrel?
Fox and Barrel.
Where's that?
You know what Blake there is? Keep going.
No, what's it called? What's that village? It's where the horse sector
Horse
is.
sanctuary thing, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Cultbrook, is it? Tarpley,
Yeah,
isn't it?
Cockbrook.
That's it. It was always a good pub with good food. That was. But it's become exceptional now.
I'm taking my mum because I'm away for Mother's Day.
When Mother's Day?
Next week.
I've been going to that pub for about 10 years, I still haven't made it.
Fair enough.
Right, your Mother's Day.
No.
Yeah, good. It's good for you.
Can I just put some glue in here?
Yeah.
Get it? Yes, you got it.
Got a biscuit, Joe?
I'm ducked out, we had about
Oh, right,
4
yeah.
ducks over a couple of weeks.
Waste not, want not. So what's the other glue? This is tool station glue. So the other glue you must be talking about is...
They do 2 glues. They do a red one and a blue one.
From the same signals.
The red one is the one we normally use. That's the blue one.
What's the difference?
The blue is thick. The red is the thinner.
I'll go tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm quite pleased with it.
You want some red?
I could
We
use
will
that.
need some more,
You
yeah.
keep it low enough, if it comes to it, anyone.
Good value. Yeah.
I have.
Brilliant. Get a lot for you, won't
Some of the plastic can pull. It's broke. So
I'll walk in there, they get the super glue out automatically. So I walk in the fucking door.
Up with the brass.
Well, you didn't drink it.
I'm not going
You always said to me last time,
I've done my ballast.
what are you doing with all this super
Catch
glue?
them. Ah, yeah. Once they're in.
I said, my wife, my wife starches my collars with it.
I use
She looked at me, she's going to believe it. No.
well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it's proper pain.
I'll say it was good.
Right, running more.
Like
Phil, is the SolidWorks still taking 3 hours to make the change?
It's not on SolidWorks, it's on the Libra.
Is it?
Yeah.
You have to do the balancing before you go.
You can see my upbringing here.
Just through the station.
Want not.
Yeah, that's all.
Don't throw empty bottles away.
SolidWorks wanted too much money for a new license for a new computer, so
Right.
So what have you got? What have you got?
a Libra.
Who?
A Libra.
I think I've got a leave.
El
No,
Libra.
you haven't got a Libra.
What's mine then?
No idea, it won't be a Libra.
What's that, a drawing programme?
Yeah.
Oh no, I thought, what's your computer say? Like
How do you
that?
spell it?
A-L-I-B-R-E.
Is it open source or is it paid or
It's
what?
paid. There are free ones, but they're all...
Crap.
How
Yeah.
much is it for?
It depends which one you buy. They do like 3 versions.
I've got SolidWorks.
A Libra Atom 3D?
That's the cheap one.
Is it? What's the other one?
So the Atom 3D is about 200 quid. So they do a expert and a professional or something.
The problem you've got with SolidWorks, you've got to keep updating it.
That's what I'm saying. So I got it on a computer, but it died. Well, you can't then just
No, I know.
I'll move the license.
new.
Can't you?
Well,
And this Libra, what's it good at? Is it sort of building design or
It's the
what?
same as SolidWorks, just not as good as SolidWorks.
Right.
But then it's also a third of the price of SolidWorks. So
And I take
I paid 15 grand for my SolidWorks.
yeah.
But then they start adding upgrades and you've got to pay an annual fee.
Yeah.
Looks good, Phil. That's the cheap one, that looks alright. How much is it? 200 quid?
So somewhere around that for the Atom one.
Yeah, that's good. But if you
But
want,
it's not.
if you go to where Phil's at,
It's
you're
got-
into the professional 3D modelling.
Well, no, it's the same software, but it's limited more. On the,
Yeah, there's things that you don't get in the cheap one that you get in the other.
Yeah.
Bells and whistles.
Yeah, but it's the stuff you need.
that's,
If you're a good designer,
Yeah.
you need them. Oh. Buy a Libra Design Pro for $950.
Yeah.
Do it again.
No. I've only got one thing on. And when we used to have to cut it all out with
the coping saw.
No, oh God, no. When we started, it was one-sided razor blades.
Right. Oh,
You
I
know,
remember
the
that.
old
yeah.
ever-ready one-sided
With the metal
blades.
on the other side.
Yeah.
The grass on the back.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Come a long way.
Correct. No crafts knives then.
Hey, when I were a
I
kid.
mean, you'd no chance of doing anything like that. I'd tell you,
No.
you'd never even be able to set it out, would you?
Well, if you see some of the buildings at Pendant
Yeah.
that were pre-Pendant, and you look at them, and they're basically foam board, and you can see that compared with today's technology, that you've got to take your hat off to the modellers, because
Yeah.
back in 1958 and 1960, this was like,
Just like this is.
well, beyond your wildest dreams.
You don't have material, do you?
Yeah.
On it, Star Trek stuff.
So when
Laser.
you saw those buildings in 1961, 62, and the Guy Williams logos.
Yeah,
Well,
Guy Williams, bloody hell.
yeah, but I mean now you can buy a ready-to-run 4mm loco better than Guy can build one.
Yeah.
And you know, yes, you can throw the motor away, put a new motor in, regauge it to EM, which is of course
Or P4.
Well, no, they're EM, and you've got fantastic trains. That's why they can run HST now through the valley.
You seen that latest one of Simon George's? He's got Lowry's got an HST building him an HST. It's very nice. Looks superb in all games. What?
Yeah, good.
Don't you see see eye to eye?
Should I stop the camera?
Yeah.
Because I'm.
Yeah. Oh, it's very good.
But that's an extra licensing feature you didn't pay for. It's fixed in the next version.
The problem with an HST is it's not going to last if it's a kit build.
Sorry, what?
You need to be tanking that down at 100 odd mile an hour.
Yeah.
It's not going to last.
Well, no different than these advances we're running.
But it is. The
No,
is.
trust me.
There is.
Trust me. There is a
I mean,
massive difference.
When he first started using the Helgen diesels,
Yeah.
they weren't lasting the day. Some of them weren't.
So what's he using now?
Helgen diesels. I didn't say all of them died, but
We strip the gears on them, don't they?
Yeah. Well, we've had it on this.
Better
Change
than
it,
290s, don't we?
Well, we've had it on here.
Well, it's a cube law, you know, it's twice the size, but you know 8 times the weight.
Well, remember the 31 we put on the coal train. The gears had gone in about 10 minutes.
Yeah. Hello, darling. Okay.
Thank you for them.
Oh, okay.
Give us thanks for them sweeties.
Okay. Well, we'll go again. Okay.
I saw a guy
Right.
on the
How
internet
far did you go?
this week painting with spray cans. Old boy, fantastic. I mean,
Yeah.
I had to take my hat off. You know, like he was doing
Field.
like back scene, but with sprays.
Yeah, but did you walk through the field to go?
Fantastic.
Or a rattle can.
Yeah,
Yesterday, bloody hell.
honestly, brilliant.
When that gets out,
We used to put them in hot water.
Yeah, I put them in. No, I still do. I remember the tap. Well, it takes the chill off them. Gets the xylene moving.
Yeah.
we did that. Alright, like some of the shrubs take
Well, they take that out, they don't use xylene anymore, are they?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they still use xylene. Xylene's not illegal.
Because butane is the spray, is the repellent.
We know where they go.
Phil, which is why Phil's the only one who can do it.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that.
Where's that one go?
Because I just rolled them back.
Fine,
Yeah.
Well, pull me up.
You want the recipe?
Got in, I'll have a shower before I have tea. I could have gone downtown. Bloody crap.
Come back to that one.
Yeah, not used to it, have you?
No.
I was walking the other day and I walked over the West Coast Main Line. No, it was the Cuddington line. The
ICI line.
yeah. So the public footpath comes to the embankment and then there's a stile and steps.
Yeah,
All over it says do not trespass on the railway,
yeah,
but it's still a public footpath.
correct.
So you're all right if you stay on the path, I take it.
Yes.
So why don't the signs just stay on the path? Because I think the signs are there designed to just make you turn back. But I had my map, my ordnance survey map out, and I'm like, nope, this is a footpath. So I kept going.
Right, say that again, Dave, because you lost me there.
Okay, so this public footpath takes
Yes.
you to the embankment,
Yes.
which is the train that goes to Cuddington.
Yes.
So you go up the steps, up the stile, and then there's boards across both tracks, and then down the other side.
Yes.
But there's signposts all over saying do not trespass on the railway.
That's to go outside the boundary.
Yeah.
Right,
But
so-
it would be clearer if it said stay on the path.
No, it wouldn't,
Okay.
because this is the strange way that law works. That's a right of way.
Right.
So the railway has to give that right of way, which is why the boards are on the rail,
Right.
right? So what they're telling you is you must stick to the footpath. If you're not on that footpath, you're on the railway.
Right.
Them boards across that track,
Yeah.
that's not the railway.
Right.
That's a public right of way.
Next time I do it, I'll film it.
Yeah. No, I know exactly. But I said, if it goes across the railway,
Yeah.
it will be clearly marked with boards.
Okay.
And outside of those boards, you're on the railway property.
Right.
So for Kevin as a driver, he knows he's approaching a public right of way.
So he'll have all those in his mind.
He has to. They're all approached with caution.
Right. Okay.
They have to sound the arm, don't they?
Yes.
Don't they have to sound the arm? What?
Yeah. Well, the pedestrian has a right of way. So you'll never see a right of way like on the West Coast, for instance.
Because it's high speed.
Yeah, you can't. And overhead wires.
Right.
There's no overhead wires at Cuddington.
Yeah.
What about Norton Crossing then?
What about it?
Well, I mean, that you can go across there. They put traffic lights on it now, but they didn't used to have.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. This is where the law doesn't work. Okay, the road lobby is far more powerful than the railway lobby, right? So, for instance, level crossings work in favour of the motorist, not in favour of the railway. So the railway gets to blame, but in fact the problem is the motorist,
Yes.
because he will always get the right of way. So if a car jumps the lights, the death will be blamed on the driver of the railway.
Well,
He didn't jump the lights.
It's impossible for him to stop.
That's not the point, Dave.
You should be prepared to.
He should be prepared to.
So I had right of way walking over a train.
Yeah.
That seems wrong.
Well,
All that test it.
well, no, Dave. Kevin will be approaching that crossing at no more than 5 miles an hour, and he can stop before you can jump out of the way. Right? People don't get killed on those sorts of things. People get killed on level crossings where they have those things because they think they have the right of way over a level crossing. They forget that it takes a train a mile to stop.
I don't think they think that. I think they think I'm going to beat this.
That's what I'm saying.
Otherwise I'm going to get held up.
They think I can be across here before.
Yeah, that's what it's down to.
And then the gate don't open.
What didn't Aaron say to
Then
that
the
one?
railway,
The thing you
what their solution is, just make the time when the train takes them longer.
Yes, that's right.
You see that one I sent you last week?
There's one.
Oh, yeah.
The barriers were down, and this bloke has got his bike. He gets off his bike, he pushes them apart,
Train
and goes across. And the train goes.
Yeah.
No,
Officially.
that's not unusual.
They're in the fine, don't they?
No, but it's not unusual. Honestly, the lengths.
Just go to save a few minutes.
I did a safety course about 2 years ago as part of the, when I was on the chairman up here. The things that they'd whatever the word is, instigated to try and get round people doing that. So real. They've got like lasers, they've got fucking bird noises, they've got special things that picked up foxes. Oh, I mean, it's like we're gone nuts. And then people wonder why railways are so expensive. We put fox detectors on, because the foxes cross on the level crossings.
The real last train up.
Well, animals are not stupid. Animals know, where you can get across.
Yeah.
That's why we put, holes under motorways for animals to go through.
Reminds me a lot of them.
What you got, Dave?
2857. I've had it a long time. This Dave built it there.
And it's on the edge of the table, it's hanging over the edge.
I'm here.
That's the one on the valley, isn't it?
Oh shit.
2857.
Yeah.
I built that
Should I get it
about
out?
30 years ago.
Yeah, go on then.
I'll tell you if I can pick it out, you put the lid down. Or move it. Move it. That's it. That when you built that, Dave, it was yonks, wasn't it?
About 30 years ago.
Was it 30 years ago?
What is it, 2800?
2857, isn't it, I think? Is it 57? Dave?
That's the one on the valley, isn't it?
It might well be, yeah. I think there are some photographs.
Absolutely super. It's a, remember
2859, I think.
Remember Dave Hunt from Pilgrim Models? He designed. He was I think he was an instructor on tornadoes, wasn't he?
Belongs to Slaters, that kit.
Ah, it does now. It didn't then, did it?
No, Dave Hunt.
Dave Hunt. Is he still alive, Dave?
Yes.
Not seen him for years.
Well, he doesn't. He had a lot to do with Slaters, didn't he?
Yeah, that's what Pete said. Slaters have got. We did the 63XX as well, didn't we?
Yeah.
Oh, you did.
43, okay.
Yeah. All I did was make the boxes.
Yeah.
You see all the time, so
Alright.
we've got a Zemo chip.
We got an oops moment there, Phil.
Maybe.
He said, zooming in.
I remember this big.
We'll pretend it fits there and hope for the best.
Okay. Nothing to see move along.
Well, it fits there now, so whether it'll fit there later is a different kettle of fish.
Oh, you've got money. Stay there. Oh, let's stay back there.
You made that?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Made loads of them. Pete's got quite a few.